happiness amongst family. You understand what I'm trying to say? You know, contentment amongst family. You understand? And that's what the Nine of Cups will now symbolize. You can see there's a picture of a family quite happy. You understand? The mother, the father, the child. You understand what I'm trying to say? So there's an emotional happiness there amongst the family. So when you get this, you know, there's certain parts of emotional happiness that's going amongst the family. We also have 10 of Cups here, which shows great success, emotional contentment. A bit, not so much the same, but a bit similar to like number 9. But it's more contentment, fulfillment. You understand? Great success has come, great success is achieved emotionally. You understand? And you're just very content with what, you understand what I'm trying to say? A lot of contentment, fulfillment and happiness, emotionally, you know, coming from card number 10 there. Also, the Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups represents new love. You understand? New love coming into your life. There's a new love lurking around somewhere. You understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe you just find a new partner, new boyfriend, new girlfriend, new love, that kind of thing. Beginning of a new love affair, that kind of thing. So that's also, you know, a card, you know, when it comes up, you know what it's dealing with. You've also got the Prince of Cups. You understand? The Prince of Cups represents an ongoing love. You understand? Romantic opportunities, but in the ongoing relationship. It's a relationship that's already started and it's ongoing. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, you know, there's also deeper aspects to a lot of these cards, but like I said, I'm just dealing with the basics here. The King and the Queen, like I said, they represent pretty much similar things, but it represents settled in love. Kind of like on your own little emotional island, so to speak, but you know, you kind of settled in love, but you're on your own little emotional island, you know, doing your own little emotional lovey-dovey thing, you understand what I'm saying? But pretty much settled in love, and that's what now the King and Queen of the Cups now symbolize. So we've gone on to the water, now we're going to come on to the last but not the least, and we're going to be dealing with the discs. The discs, they also come up in other cards as the Pentacles. You understand? In some other cards, they call them like the Pentacles. Like if you go into the weight deck, I've got a pack of the weight deck here. The Tarot weight, Arthur weight deck. You understand? They represent Pentacles, or they call them Pentacles, but it's still the same thing. Disc Pentacles. It really doesn't matter. You understand? So. I'm going to deal with the first one. We all know what the Ace deals with. Ace is a very powerful card. Ace is a very, very powerful card. Ace of Discs. Now, discs deal with earthly situations. You understand? The Pentacles or the discs deal with very earthly foundations, mundane situations. You understand? Monetary. Yeah? Monetary, financial, and that kind of thing. That's what the discs deal with. You understand what I'm trying to say? So your earthly issues, you understand? Earthly wealth, you understand? That's what this one is, that's what the discs or the Pentacles, depending on which tarot cards you're using, that's what they deal with, you understand? So Ace of Discs gives you definitely that boost. Ace of anything gives you that boost of what? Financial, earthly wealth, you understand? So when you get this card, you know that there's some kind of money somewhere within your life coming or going, depending on where in the spread it's going to manifest itself. You understand? So it's a very, 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 very powerful card. Okay. The Two of Discs. The Two of Discs represent change of flow, up and down, financial, juggling finances, a bit up and down kind of thing. That's what the Two of Discs will represent. You understand what I'm trying to say? So anytime you get the Two of Discs, that's what it's showing you. Showing you like that you know, the financial, not too, you know what I'm trying to say? You know, not going, you know what I'm saying? You're just kind of juggling. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and that kind of incidences. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you have this, it's a change of flow, a change of the money. You know what I'm trying to say? The money's maybe not flowing in. You know what I'm trying to say? In you know, in accordance. We have the 3 of discs, which is next. See, a lot of this is to do with like money issues and so on and so forth. The 3 of discs represents more like corporation, industrial corporation, maybe somebody working in a big industrial corporation. As you can see, they're building a pyramid there. You understand what I'm trying to say? Although they're not showing you the real way that they build the pyramids, because that's not the way they built the pyramids. But it's showing you some kind of construction, some kind of enterprise, and a big one. You understand what I'm trying to say? A big enterprise, probably someone who gets this card is working in a big enterprise, a profitable business, and so on and so forth. So that's what this card here would be representing, an enterprise of some sort. You understand what I'm trying to say? And so on and so forth. You got the 4 of discs. The 4 of discs represent holding on to your money. Every time you get this, it means to hold on to your money, not to spend it. You understand? Keep it for a while. You see there in the back there, you've got what the ancient kings used to have as the storehouses. So it means that to hold on to something, to store it, to keep it, not to spend it. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's what this is for. This is a card that will prepare you for the future. You understand? So when you hold on to your assets and your money, you hold on to the future. You understand what I'm trying to say? So hold on to it anytime you get this card. 5 of discs, not so pleasant. This is someone broke. The picture of the card will tell you itself. And regardless which tarot card pack you use, I can guarantee you the pictures, even though they're not the same pictures, but the pictures will tell you the same story. You understand what I'm trying to say? Regardless of which tarot card you use, the pictures will always tell you the same story, trust me. So this is someone in despair, you know what I'm trying to say? Financial loss, you know what I'm saying? The money's not flowing at all. Someone of a broke pockets, or where it comes, wherever it comes in the card spread. Man, you know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Be very careful, because, you know, it's not a card that is too pleasant. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not so easy on the pockets, so to speak. You understand? 6 of discs. 6 of discs means money that you didn't have to work for. Money to financial gain that you didn't have to work for. So that's what the 6 of discs represent. Or the 6 of Pentacles. Which either one, it doesn't matter. When you get this means that there's some financial gain somewhere coming that you didn't have to work for. You understand? Depending on where it comes in your spread. You have the 7 of discs. You understand? 7 of discs means you've got a bit of money, but you want a bit more. As you can see the picture there, the lady's there going to, you know, get some crops or whatever the case may be, and, you know, there's a bit there, but it's just not enough. You understand? So you want a bit of money, but you just want to, you know, you got a bit, but you need a bit, you know, a couple of more, you know, 100 or I don't know, thousands in some cases more, in order to be able to complete your project of whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's where you will have now the 7 of discs, or 7 pentacles, 7 pentacles, whichever the case may be. 8 of discs. 8 of discs symbolizes somebody who works for themselves. This is somebody who probably self-employed, somebody who works for themselves, somebody who's probably about to or owns their own business, and it's quite profitable as well. You understand? Good gain, decent gain coming from it. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's the 8 of discs or 8 of pentacles, whichever way it comes. You know what I'm trying to say? 9 of discs. 9 of discs represents being content with your wealth, financial wealth. You're relaxing, you're sitting back, and then you're enjoying the wealth. You know what I'm trying to say? So this is where it comes. This is where this card comes, so wherever it comes as well. You understand? So, you know, a very good card. You know what I mean? That comes out. Then you got the 10 of discs. 10 of discs represent family wealth. This is family wealth. Family wealth that's been handed down for generations, perhaps. It's been from father to son, or grandmother to granddaughter, and or so on and so forth. But family wealth. You understand what I'm trying to say? It could also depending on which card it comes with, I'll be explaining that later. As far as it could also mean movement, family movement, maybe moving abroad or moving to somewhere else. You know what I mean? Based on family wealth. You understand? But it's a card that deals with family wealth. You know what I'm trying to say? You have the Princess of Discs. Princess of Discs deals with new study, new learning. This is somebody who's studying something new. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? He's studying something new. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's where this comes in. Maybe you're just going to university, or you want to study a new course or something. This is probably a card that will come up, or you're thinking about it or something. This is a card that will come up. You understand what I'm trying to say? The Prince of Discs. Prince of Discs, he represents a 9-to-5 job. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is somebody who represents a 9-to-5 who works a routine kind of work, routine kind of, 9-to-5, that structural kind of work. Probably works in the government or whatever, or office work, but it's like that, a 9-to-5 kind of job, and so on and so forth. And that's what he would now represent. And then you have the Queen and the King. Like I said, they kind of represent pretty much the same thing, but these now represent people who either retired. You understand what I'm trying to say? They also could be in the work environment. Somebody who wears a uniform, you understand, or wears a name badge, uniform. Could be somebody in the police force, army, somebody who's retired. It's also it could be somebody who's got a bit of money as well. You understand? They maybe have a bit of money, somebody who's a bit wealthy. You understand what I'm trying to say? It could also mean somebody who's a bit of a penny pincher. You understand what I'm trying to say? So on and so forth. So these powerful cards. Powerful cards. Now, that's the end of the four, like I say, the four coats. So you have your fire, your air, your water, and your earth. You understand? So that's all tying it down now with the four elements. You understand? So these are the basic sciences in which we now need to get into as a people. You understand? Like I said, there's going to be a series of divination. I'm going to be showing you also how you can do magic, occult magic. You understand? This is going to be in the future. How you can use tarot cards to now bring forth what it is that you wish. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, because these cards, like I say, they represent certain aspects of you. You understand what I'm trying to say? I was explaining in the episode before about, based on how some of these cards, you want magic to happen. I'm going to show you how you can build your own little altar, and how you can place these cards and how you place them based on whether you're using candle magic, whether you're using talisman magic, and so on and so forth. Astronomy. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. Astrological magic, because you can do astrological magic as well. A lot of people don't know about that. I'm going to be showing you how you can use that, and you can use that with these tarots, and you can bring forth what you want. You understand? This is the I walk with my magician card. You people who know me, I don't leave home without my Magi card. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like a must. You understand? And once I got this on me, nobody can fuck with me. Plain and simple. You can't fuck with me. I don't care who you are. You can bring the whole British Army. It ain't happening. This is it. You know what I'm trying to say? So, got the High Priestess here. You understand? Deals with psychic intuition. You understand what I'm trying to say? Mysteries, secrets. You understand what I'm trying to say? Dreams. Prophetic dreams as well. You understand? You understand that? So there's these cards mean things, and they're attributed to certain planets. Like I said, you know what I'm trying to say? So, you know what I'm saying? We've got, we've got Amun here, but there's an element also of war there, military. You understand what I'm trying to say? You see him there, he's in a power, sitting in a position of power. So this is somebody who sits in a position of power right here. You understand what I'm trying to say? So depending on what it is that you want to use it for, which aspects of your life, you understand what I'm trying to say? Marriage. You know what I'm trying to say? Unity. stuff like that. Cooperation. You bring this card, the partnerships. You know what I'm saying? The lovers. You know what I'm trying to say? So, strength based on health. If you want to heal someone, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? You can use a lot of these cards for healing people. This is a strength card right here. You understand? With Sekhmet. It brings the strength. You know what I'm trying to say? So, you know what I'm saying? These are some of the cards of which I speak of, and which you can use now for certain specific rituals. You understand what I'm trying to say? And so on and so forth. You know, but we'll be getting into that in a lot of the other series as well. So like I said, you can go and buy yourself a nice pack of tarot, like I said, either one, whichever one you're drawn to, or if somebody wants to buy them for you, you can, you know, use this. You understand what I'm trying to say? You understand? I don't know which part of the world you're at. Maybe there's certain people running tarot courses. Go on them. You understand what I'm trying to say? And another thing with these tarot cards also, you can take them onto a deeper level now, where these cards would mean something for you, not necessarily for somebody else. It depends on which frequency you're vibrating on. You understand? Because you have to remember, all this is based on your perception. You understand what I'm trying to say? So there's a basic ideology of which I just gave you now, but there's also a deeper aspect of when you see certain cards, based on which card it is, it will also have a deeper meaning, because you'll be able to tap in now into the Amenta. You understand? And that card now will be able to now project itself. You understand what I'm trying to say? These cards, some of these cards, when you're in trance, you can go in trance. Not so much even a trance, but you can go into deep meditation. I'm telling you, these cards will speak to you, literally. The woman in this picture will speak to you. She will come out of this thing and speak to you. I'm telling you that now. You understand what I'm trying to say? I have it all the time. I put some of these cards underneath my pillow, and when I'm dreaming, I get ancestors, I get energies come to me, present themselves to me in dreams, and they start telling me, Israel, boom, 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 boom. And I wake up in the morning, and certain things that are happening, could be on the world, it could be a picture I've seen, and they just start breaking it down. You understand what I'm trying to say? Which is what dreams are anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Dreams are to let you know, or to break down. You understand? Things that you've seen while you're consciously awake, while you was in that matrix. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's what the whole Matrix movie was about, breaking down the difference between the real world and the illusionary world. You understand what I'm trying to say? So these are aspects, these are certain tools you can use now to tap into the world of reality. Remember, everything that is around you, none of it is real. It doesn't exist. It's an illusion. So you have to get out of that. You have to step out of that matrix. You have to now become the Neo. You have to become the Morpheus. You have to now present yourself before the Oracle. This is the Oracle. This is what they call it, Oracle reading. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you have to present yourself now before the Oracle, and the Oracle does what? What did the Oracle represent in the movie The Matrix? She represented choice. Choice of will. To be able to make a choice. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's why she answered Neo in those kind of ways, because it was based on choice. Now the tarot cards do the same thing. Pendulum does the same thing. Cowrie shells does the same thing. They give you a choice. You don't have to take it, but they give you a choice. They present themselves with a number of options that you can now take, and you now take the best one which is fit for you. So it's definitely something that I advise people to be doing in this day and time. It's not something you're going to be using forever. After a while, once you start recognizing and start being in tune with the different energies and faculties within you, you will no longer need this. This is a stepping stone. You understand what I'm trying to say? But I'm advising people to go out there and really start getting in, to start getting into the tarot. You understand what I'm trying to say? The Tahuti. You understand? The books of Tahuti. So, on that note, in the future, is there any questions you wish to ask? Because we're gonna go into this. You know.
Alright, I just wanted to touch on a few things that you've spoken about. Yeah. One, you spoke about like the similarity between the different tarot cards. So, for example, the Ten of Swords. If you got that in the various tarot cards, that certain images are, sync. The same basically. Very similar. and just what are the origins of these images, and where these how they symbolize what they symbolize. What's the origins of this, for that consistency to be there? Where are they all getting?
The idea
an
from
original image that they're getting the image from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we have to realize that in the ancient times, our ancestors in various parts of the world, regardless of where they were in various parts of the world, we had ancestors that were in India, in ancient Kem, Yoruba, South America, North America, various parts of Europe. You understand what I'm trying to say? But you see, this is where the thing comes in, where people start to say that, well, who came first? Oh, the tarot came from here, or it came from here, or this concept came from here. No, they came simultaneously, because the different people around the world who knew how to tap into that world of reality and knew how to face it, or interface these higher aspects of reality, these different dimensions of reality. Remember, when you tap into, we have the left brain hemisphere and the right brain hemisphere. So when you're dealing with right brain hemisphere, you're dealing with creativity, you're dealing with images, sounds, vibrations, symbols. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's a book that Carl Jung wrote, Man and His Symbols. Very powerful book. Go and get it. Man and His Symbols. Now, reason being, because our ancestors who were dealing with more right brain hemisphere, when they dealt with the symbols, they were able to now write these symbols down or draw them down. So when they drew now these symbols, so if we had ancestors that were in the Olmec civilization and they drew down certain symbols of what maybe the fool would represent, and we had ancestors in Kem who would draw down what the fool represent, they would be similar. They might not be the exactly same drawing, but like I said, the drawing now, you know what I'm trying to say? Based on the colour and the images, they will be able to project now what now the picture is now. You understand what I'm trying to say?
So but they're from the same reservoir.
They're coming from the same reservoir. They're coming from that same dimension, because they were tapping into the same, you know what I'm trying to say? So let's not try and get really into the argument of who came first. Was it the Egyptians? Was it the Olmecs? Was it the rare? Fair enough, yeah, over the years, different tribes of people, or different nations of people, even though they came from all one source, different nations of people were custodians of certain information. But there was reasons because of that, because they knew, the ancestors knew, and the universe as a whole, the higher consciousness knew that one day it's going to be fragmented all around the world the same way it is now. So they gave certain tribes that were on certain frequencies had access to certain information on that specific frequency. So they would give them certain information, or that energy that of which they were connected to would present them certain information that they were now custodians of that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like everyone's talking about the Mayan calendar in 2012. Well, that was an Olmec thing, and they were the custodians of that. When we speak about like information dealing with like the Sirius star constellation and so on and so forth, the Dogon. You understand what I'm trying to say? You understand? So different tribes around the world were given certain information based on, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like with the sects. You understand what I'm saying? You go amongst the Kama Sutra. They were the custodians of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Not to say that you won't find it anywhere else, but it's prominent there. You know what I'm trying to say? Amongst those people. So different people were custodians of certain information, but they were still dealing with that right brain hemisphere, that part that deals with that Melchizedek energy, and they were able to tap into that dark side. You understand what I'm saying?
You see that in mythology as well, the synchronicity, as you said, where they're tapping into that.
Yeah, definitely. So no doubt. So it's all coming from one people. It's all coming from our people. You understand what I'm trying to say? And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, oh, it goes back to ancient Kem, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. That's our people. You know what I'm trying to say? If you want to give it to the Olmecs, that's my people too. Ancient Dravidians, that's my people too. You know what I'm trying to say? So wherever you want to take it, the Druids in England, it's indigenous. It's the indigenous people. Bottom line, you understand? Yeah. So you know what I mean. So that's where that that would have come from, and that's where they dealt with that. You know.
All right. You also spoke about like the cards. Obviously, they have a basic meaning and they have deeper meanings as well. But you was talking about like the cards will then have, you can personalize the cards where they have their own personal interpretation for yourself.
Right, yeah.
What are your thoughts on as going as far as creating your own tarot pack, your
Most
own
definitely.
images, and your
Most
own,
definitely.
you know, that whole approach of, you know, personalizing?
No doubt. If people are on that realm, or they're on that vibration, they're on the frequency, definitely do your own. Draw your own tarot cards. You can do it simple, you know, and it might not even have to be a picture. It could be just a little symbol. It could be a little dot. And you know what that means.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you pull out that dot, you know what it means. It doesn't have to be, you know what I'm trying to say, this is like I said, it's just a basic, gives you a basic little information of what the cards are about and so on and so forth. But, you know what I'm trying to say, like I said, it could be a dot, it could be a little square, it could be a triangle, and you know what these shapes mean. It could be different geometric symbols. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, and you will know what these little symbols mean once you know, you see, it's about you and the subconscious registering it. From you got the conscious mind, you understand, and you've registered now with your higher self or with your subconscious that this is what this card means. Anytime that card comes out, you understand what I'm saying? Consciousness will automatically have it that when that card comes out, it means that. And that's another thing as well, which I wanted to point, because I mentioned about Carl Jung. And Carl Jung is one of the people who brought this terminology which we use now about the unconscious and the superconscious, and so he was what they brought that kind of to the forefront. You understand what I'm trying to say? Carl Jung is their godfather, do quote me on that, I'm talking their godfather, of psychology. You understand? If you go into Carl Jung, he talks about the tarot, he talks about astrology, he talks about it being part of all our psychological aspects of the mind and stuff like that. And for all you dumb suckers who are studying psychology and don't do this, or don't have no knowledge of the tarot and astrology and all the ancient sciences, fuck you, because Carl Jung, who is the godfather, who any psychologist or social worker, or sociologist or whatever these names they give you, all these ologists and ologies they give you, that you have to study under Carl Jung. So if you're studying under Carl Jung and he's telling you that, listen, all this psyche, you understand, even he figured it out, that this stuff links back to it's all about the subconscious. It links into the inner world, which is the Amenta. He traced that shit back to Kem.
The shadow.
Yeah. You understand what I'm trying to say? But they cut that shit off. Even your boy, what's his name? The French boy there, Jean Paul Leon. Jean Paul Leon was one of the Catholic Church had him there. I think it was sometime in the 15 or 1600s or whatever, or even before that even, as a matter of fact. They had him going to Kem to go and decipher the hieroglyphs or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say? And he went there and he was in the tombs or whatever, and after a period of time, even he figured it out. You know what I mean? He came to his senses and he was like, you know what? Because they wanted to know why the ancient Kemetians, to them, were so obsessed about death. Yeah. Why was all the funeral scenes and stuff like that? Yeah. And when the boy went, they even showed a documentary on it a couple of months, sometime last year. And they showed a documentary on it, and they showed you when Jean Paul Leon was in the tombs, he was getting baffled, and he went there one night now with a torch by himself when all of his workers were sleeping, and he went there and he was studying the thing, and it came to him. And the thing is, I think he had some high blood pressure or whatever, and he fainted in one of the pyramids, or one of the tombs. You understand? But his workers come and find him there the next day, because the heat, there's not a lot of air there and stuff like that. Come and find him, and he woke up and he goes, you know what? I've sussed this thing out. He goes, these people weren't talking about death. They were talking about the subconscious. They were talking about the afterlife. You understand? In the realm of reality. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that's where it was. But they discard all that. You discard Jean Paul Leon stuff. You discard Carl Jung stuff. And I'm not saying Carl Jung's anything great, but I'm just saying, right, he's their references, and he's a man that you can see he had enough sense. You know what I'm saying? He's not a melanated man or whatever, but he had enough sense to figure out that, you know what, this stuff is all dealing with the subconscious and your higher self, and this is what connects you. The ancients were dealing with principles and different forms of where you can tap into these psychological personalities of yourself. You know what I'm trying to say? And they just all discard all that. So that's all there in the psychological world, and they have to do that because psychology actually is a new subject, really. You understand, when we go into things, and they had to do that. The government had to do that because now they've got all these psychologists around, and that's to just put you in a box. Yeah, they know that psychology is dealing with the mind, and when you look at the word psychology, you see the word psych, or psycho, or psychic, and a psychic is doing that something spiritual. So that's something spiritual, or spirituality, or metaphysics, is something in the mind. It's all mental, and when you go into the Kabbalion, the first principle of the Hermetic law, the laws of mentalism. So everything is mentalism, everything is in the mind. You know what I'm trying to say? And it shows you now how you can now use these tools to now tap into the mind. Okay. The church knew about this and they had to, oh, that's voodoo, that's demonic, that's devil worship, and all that kind of stuff. Fuck all that shit, man. This is your stuff. So yeah, I'm saying, if you're on that frequency, yes, you can create your own, you can do your own spreads, you can create your own spreads, you can, whatever the meanings are to you, if you want to, you know what I mean, have that, that's fine, you can do that, yeah, definitely.
I know you touched on a previous DVD and you just was speaking about just the whole, you're tapping into the mental and the psyche element of it all. Can you just explain or just give us an overview of, again, how the tarot works in the sense of you may hear like it's by chance, you know, you put out the cards and you're just picking up any cards, I can pick up any one. What's the deal with that? What's the you know,
psychological?
Yeah, you got it.
Well, there's no such thing as chance. There's no such thing as mistake. Even though we use these phrases, we use them because they're convenient. We've been conditioned to use them because they're convenient for us. Mistakes, by chance, coincidence, no such thing. We are living in a universe that it's in sync. And that's another thing Carl Jung even spoke about, synchronicity. You understand what I'm trying to say? Where everything is in pattern. So even when something seems like it doesn't fit, it does fit. And when something seems like it does fit, it doesn't fit. And that's the balance. You see? And that's the universe in which we live in. So everything is, this universe is it's a whole consciousness that is in order. You understand? So there's a certain flow of things and synchronicity of things that is happening within this universe. You understand what I'm trying to say? So when somebody goes now to either to a tarot card reader or you're doing tarot yourself and you shuffle the cards, based on how I shuffle the cards, regardless of you can shuffle them 10, 20,000, it does not matter. Whatever is going to come out is relative to you. Your subconscious, being that we're living in the ism now, because remember the past, the present and the future is all one. You've been conditioned to think. The reason we're just in an environment or in a dense reality that's a very slow vibration, and then through the pulsations of certain activities that happen in the cosmos, that gives us now to start timing 24 hours and a week and so on and so forth. But being that it's dealing with the ism now, and the higher self and the subconscious and your higher being knows that, when you now shuffle the cards, the subconscious already knows what's already coming out. You understand what I'm trying to say? For you to pick, because it's in sync. You understand what I'm trying to say? So when you now pick that card and now that card now comes out, and whoever's doing the reading for you says, okay, Ace of Swords, great success, or whatever. And then in 2-3 months time, the great success now comes out. Oh, how did they know that? How can you predict the future? No, they didn't predict nothing. It's all there up in the psyche, because this now, that is linked with now the universe, and it's in the natural psyche of things. Once you know that the meaning of this, and this card now comes out, you understand, it now links now with your psyche, which is in link now with the whole cosmos and the whole universe, as to what it is or what is going to happen, and that now takes place and now that happens. You understand what I'm trying to say?
You're connected to that through your aura.
Exactly. Your whole being is all connected. We're all a part of this. You understand? There's a grand scheme of things that is going on. You know what I'm trying to say? You understand? So, and then people say, well, can you change your destiny? Yeah, you can change your destiny. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you can change anything. It's like in the movie Next with my boy Nicolas Cage. I don't know if you've seen the movie. Yeah, it's on DVD. You can go and get it. Go get the movie Next. And at the beginning, he can see about 2 or 3 minutes into the future. You can see up to, I think it's like 3 minutes or something like that, 5 minutes or something like that into the future. You can see what's going to happen. And he says at the beginning of the movie, he says, once you see into the future, it changes. And a lot of people don't even get that. They go, what do you mean it changes? It changes because why? Once you see what's in the future, if you don't like what you're seeing in the future, you now change it. And you
it's
say,
like butterfly effect.
right, exactly. And what it was is like, you see him now in the movie, Nicolas Cage in the movie, like certain times he'll be driving or whatever, and he'll be driving, and based on the way he's driving, he sees 2 or 3 minutes in ahead, and he knows that based on the way he's driving, he's going to crash. There's going to be another car coming from that direction that's going to crash into him. So he now speeds up. You know what I'm trying to say? He speeds up now because based on what he was doing at that specific time, you know what I'm trying to say? He now speeds up. So the car now misses him. You know what I'm trying to say? Well, it's the same with the tarot. You know what I'm trying to say? So certain people go to a tarot reader, or they might go and get a reading, and certain cards come out and they say, well, listen, that's going to happen. Yeah, that's that. And that's going to happen based on the way you're living your life now. But you can change that. But even when you change that, you're still in the grand scheme of things. So even though you think that, well, I fixed that now or whatever, there's still something else that is going to recalibrate or rebalance that. You understand what I'm trying to say? So there's no such thing as coincidence, and so for all you people there's no such thing as chance. It's like rolling the dice. You understand what I'm trying to say? So people who win the lottery win it, not by chance. They win it because in the grand scheme of things, they're meant to win it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But you can now take it that step further where you can now draw things to you. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's certain gifts within this universe that are meant for you. Or meant for you watching the DVD right now. That are meant for you that you can now access towards you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Not because by chance, because it's for you.
Well, you got that the Buzz documentary at the moment, The Secret, in it, dealing with the law of attraction.
The secret law of attraction, you understand?
We know they speak on some surface stuff, partners and all the rest of it.
And what's funny is that DVD was such a... When I tell you that, the amount of people that came to me and said, you see The Secret, you see The Secret. And I'm like, and it was for months, and I'm thinking, what is this secret thing? Because I want to see what this is, because, I'm trying to say...
Interesting, I was saying the other day, because they call it The Secret, but we know this information on the surface.
That's what I'm saying. Man's been talking about that for years.
You understand? So,
you know what I mean? Phil and Bobby and all that, you know what I mean? Azariah, you know what I'm saying? See-Through Manel, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? Wayne Chandler, man, been talking about that for donkey's years. About putting it out. And then I was rushing home. I went and bought the DVD. Rush home. You know what I'm saying? Like some punk. I should have known. Put it in. Yeah, was it? What was funny was I was watching the DVD, and I tell you, man, I was watching it and I was saying to myself, when is it going to start? Because I thought, when they were talking, I kept thinking that, that was the preview. I was thinking, okay, this is the preview. Well, and after a while, I'm thinking, well, this shit should have started by now, man. It's been on for half an hour. Like, when is it really going to get? You know what I'm saying? I really kept thinking that, choose the DVD finished. I mean, is that it? That's been busy, you know what I'm saying? But for certain people who are just waking up to the consciousness, you know what I'm trying to say? That's, you know what I'm saying? Some of the people, that's where they just come in. So we all do start at different stages still. So on that aspect, I can't knock it. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's your Caucasian making something into, you know what I'm trying to say? It's that new age bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's just all that new age bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Hogwash, pie in the sky, fancy it up, fairy it up, and all that kind of thing to make it, dress it all up and all that. They're very good at that. Still the real deal business here, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, that's still a real occult.
Alright, well we know that the law itself comes from, the 7 Hermetic principles, and
right.
There's a whole deeper, so to speak, essence behind all of that there.
Yeah.
So for those that are tapping into that type of information, where do you think we should be taking that information? If it's not then to attract to get a mansion or to get a Jaguar, what should we be using that?
Yeah. And I'm not saying that's very good, because I'm not saying that like we shouldn't have physical things. It's like even in the Bible it says be in the world but not of it. You understand? We're here because it's an illusion, but the illusion is good. It has its purpose because obviously it keeps us on track towards certain things, which is good. But don't get entrenched in it. You understand? People want the Mercedes, you want the house. Okay, right, you got the house, you got the, what are you doing with it? Are you doing something productive with it? Is it something that's going to liberate your people? Is it not something that's going to liberate yourself? You understand what I'm trying to say? If the Mercedes or the car or the house is something that is going to liberate yourself or liberate your people, fine, get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that don't get those things. But there is a whole universe, there's a higher amount of wealth, you understand, which is out there. You understand? We're talking millions and billions of universes, of experiences, of different levels of existence that you can now tap into. The real world. You know what I'm trying to say? Your real superhuman strength, your real superhuman consciousness that we should be tapping into. You know what I'm trying to say? Are you trying to tell me, I'm trying to tell you that you can fly, you can disappear, you can stop bullets. Ooh. And man's talking about a Mercedes Benz. Fuck that, I'm telling you, I'm gone beyond that. Because if I'm disappearing, your Benz don't mean shit.
What, is this a type of science our ancestors would deed with? Is this how they was using
No doubt. Okay. So there's no way you're going to tell me our ancestors were higher than that. You see, but the Europeans try to twist that and try and make it out like we were some primitive people, you understand, in the bush and didn't know nothing. That's another thing as well. When you see, look at the words. Primitive. Prime, native. You see the word prime, native in primitive. So if we're prime native, we're the prime natives, you understand? That's the shit that we were doing. You understand? We were disappearing. You understand? We still have it now, even practice in certain parts on the continent today. People disappearing, people shape-shifting. You understand what I'm trying to say? People tapping into using the sun, entering their pineal glands to enter different star constellations to visit ancestors and people on different star constellations. And you're stuck in your Mercedes Benz. You know what I'm trying to say? So, or you're stuck in your name brand clothes and name brand guards, or you got your mansion. See, that's the thing. You see, people. What keeps a lot of people, and I know they mean well, a lot of them sometimes, but they get entrenched in it. It's like, oh, I want a car, I just want a car and a house, that's all I want a car and a house. And then they get it, and then what happens? Well, they want another car and a house. And they, you know what I'm trying to say? Okay, you got another car and a house, now what? Well, you've got to grow in it now. I want a bigger house and a bigger car and a better. And it's just a chain. And you just keep chasing that for the rest of your life. You know what I'm trying to, and who you paying? Who does the money go to? It goes to these beasts that keep you down in slavery. You're paying all your life, paying a mortgage on a house, paying 100 times the amount of what it's really worth. You know what I'm trying to say? So it just entrenches you down in that. You know what I'm trying to say? But I'm talking about something that rightfully belongs to you that they can't charge you on because it's unseen and it's in the mind and it's the power of the mind. You know what I'm trying to say? So there's a world of information, a world of wealth, a world of power out there for us. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's why I say within the movies, when they speak about the movie, they're showing us the movies Superman and the X-Men. That's us. These are different aspects of us. We can do all of that.
Oh, see that clip today that you spoke about, Hancock.
The Hancock.
Yeah. I see that advert. I see Will Smith like.
So exactly, yeah. So Will Smith, Superman now. Will Smith is Superman. And look when they're bringing out the movie. As Osama bin Laden, the black man, in politics now wins the, you know what I'm saying, he's a president candidate now. It's him and versus McCain. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we got to get, you know what I'm trying to say? So Osama bin Laden, Barack, you know what I'm saying? Barack Obama, which sounds like Osama bin Laden, you know what I'm saying? Barack, the blessed one, you know what I'm saying? Because Barak is Hebrew, you understand? If you get into your Hebrew script, you know, Baruch, or which is now translated into Barak. Baruch means blessed. You understand? So you got the blessed one going up against McCain, the Snake Clan. You understand what I'm trying to say? McCain is now the Snake Clan. You understand what I'm trying to say? So there's a battle going on there, right there, but they're using them either way, they're using them as forces, as catalysts now to project specific energies. So now Barack now becomes your presidential boy. Now you've got Will Smith coming out with this, with all this thing now, and Pluto all now moving into Capricorn. All that's now is now to take place. You've got your Batman coming out soon. Now they're talking about that soon. The Dark Knight.
Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk's back again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're bringing all these superheroes. What's all this? Marvel, the comic company, have sold their rights to Hollywood. Okay. So that's why all these movies are coming out. Your Spider-Mans, your Supermans, you know what I'm saying? All these there's certain superheroes I didn't even know existed. I wouldn't even know them comic books there. You know what I mean? The comic books I was dealing with was Batman, Superman, Incredible Hulk. You know what I'm saying? And then them kind of, I'm saying, yo, who's this? You know what I'm saying? You know, so Fantastic Four. You know what I'm trying to say? Fantastic Four. What have I just given you? The 4 suits that ties with your Fantastic Four. It always goes back to the 4, where the 4 elements. Your Fantastic Four represents the earth. One represents the earth, one represents the waters, one represents the air. One's disappearing, like you know what I'm saying? She's making it transparent. She represents the waters. The Mr. Twisty Man there is the air, and then you got the Flame Man. You know what I'm trying to say? Your 4 elements. Back again in your tarot, back again within the divination. Go check the series about the number 4. So, you know what I'm saying? These are elementals, these are aspects of you which we can now tap into, and we can now use that. So we are the Superman of this stuff. We are the Spider-Man. We are the Incredible Hulk. You know what I'm trying to say? Dr. David Banner. You know what I'm trying to say? When you start going in, that's what I'm saying. When we do the one on the occult, I'm going to be breaking all that shit down. You know what I'm trying to say? Of who's David. You understand? Because you have the Star of David. You know what I'm trying to say? And then he turns green when he gets angry. You know, what is all that? You know what I'm trying to say? Because they're speaking about certain planets in certain star constellations. So we got to start really getting into that and start breaking this shit down. But
who are the original green ones?
Who are the green ones? Who are the green ones? That's us. Who's the green one? That's Asar.
Yes, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's Asar. You know what I'm saying?
But the green man in ancient Britain as
well. Right, exactly. Yeah, you know, so that's us. The Jolly Green Giant. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got him on the... Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's us. That's us, you know? So, so all these superheroes, you know what I mean? They're all aspects of ourselves, you know, and they're trying to fake, like, you know, science fiction and all. But science fiction is science fact. Like Bobby Hemmitt said, you know what I'm saying? Science fiction is science fact. So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Get it down. So these, I'm telling you that there's a spiritual wealth that we can get right here that taps us into the higher dimensions. You know what I'm trying to say?
That should be our focus, when, for example.
That should be our focus. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Not chasing this shit where you're getting car and you're paying HP and then every month you're worrying about your rent or your mortgage and I'm saying that there's more for you out there where you don't have to be worrying about that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I know if man can disappear, you're not worrying about rent. You know what I'm trying to say? But when landlords come, they ain't gonna be nowhere. They ain't gonna be nowhere for him to see. Who's he gonna see when you're disappearing? So that's what I'm talking about. Higher frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Higher levels of existence. You know what I'm trying to say? That is out there for us. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying you shouldn't have a car. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a house. Yeah, have it, but just make it so that it's something that is productive you can use. Yeah, physically, because it's a physical thing, but you can use physical things to enhance your spirituality as well, because it's all connected. You understand what I'm saying? Mind, body, spirit, and all that, it's all connected. So you can do physical things that enhance your mental ability and enhance your spiritual ability as well. Yeah.
Alright, man, I think we ride out there.
Yeah, so give thanks. Like I said, we give shout outs to all the people. If this DVD has reached you, listen, man, it's reached you for a reason. Like I said, there's no coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Laws of attraction. That's the secret. The secret is this DVD got to you because, you know what I mean? That's the secret. And it ain't a secret no more because it's out in the open. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, go get your tarot cards. We're going to be dealing with next issue. We're going to be dealing with numbers. We're going to get into the whole occult thing. It's going to get real deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you like just the basics. You understand what I'm trying to say? Just something that you can, you know what I'm saying, to just tickle the brain. You know what I'm saying? Something to masturbate the pineal gland and so on and so forth. That's what you know. That's what it's about. So on that note, I give thanks. info@ancientfuture.org.uk. Big up Moata Books. Big up Blue Nile Esoteric Information Center. Big up the masters out there, the Babalawas. Big up to the shamans who are doing the work. Rest in peace to all of our scholars who have passed on to the ancestral realm. Big up yourself, Chief Fadelekon. You know what I'm saying? May you enter the ancestral world in peace. I may they welcome you with open arms. Brother C3 Minel, same thing. You understand? I give shout outs to you. I'm really glad that people of you we could witness the likes of yourself, because I definitely know you're definitely from higher realms, and for you to come down to this dimension and to share your love and your presence with us was definitely a blessing. So, you know, to those two scholars there, you know what I mean, definitely, I'm dedicating this one to them, Chief Adelekon and Brother C3 Minel, no doubt. You understand what I'm trying to say? And to all of our other ancestors as well, definitely, no doubt. We'll be giving you guys shout outs as well. So on that note, I'll be seeing you on the next DVD, and we'll be going into some numbers, we'll be going into some vibrations, and yeah, man, we'll be breaking all that down as well, man. So keep it tuned, man.
Alright, peace.
Peace.
Alright, man. Yeah. We're here for another dose.
Getting the doses, man. Getting the doses.
I'm here with Brother Israel. Been doing this for a few weeks now. A whole divination series covering tarot, cowrie shells, cola nut divination, pendulum. We've covered a lot still. So we honed in last week on the tarot and the major arcana, the 22 cards of the major arcana. And this week we're going to be going into the minor, yeah?
Yeah, right. Going to be touching on the minor. Just before I start, a few things. This is what you call a Tibetan singing bowl. And you can see the vibration, that it's the tones in which it's giving off. These are tones that will align you with the cosmos. These are tones of the universe, tones of the cosmos. Tones in which the planets, asteroids and suns and star constellations vibrate on. So I do advise people to attain one of these. It's Tibetan singing bowl. They're made out of the 7 metals, 7 major metals, 7 major planets, the 7 chakras, 7 seals. You know, we know that 7 is and also on the next series I'm going to be dealing with numbers, numerology as well. So make sure you get a copy of that. You know what I'm saying? Or you go and watch it around a friends, family, gather around and, get, into the ancient sciences. I'm not bringing nothing new to you. These are the sciences of our ancestors, which I have been, in my life, I've been, open to, I've been given to them through people who've came through my life. They've opened me up towards certain things, elders, masters, teachers, babalawos, and so on and so forth, and giving me the knowledge and showed me how to work it, utilize it, and how to take it out to you. You understand? So nothing new here. You understand? It's the old coming back. You understand? So that's what it's about. So I advise you to get one of the Tibetan singing bowls. You can also put water in there as well. And all you have to just do, hold it in your palm. Just give it a tap. something that I always like, using. And, just circulate gently, orbit around, just like how the universe does, how the planets do, how the planets orbit the sun, and so on and so forth, how the moons orbit the planets. You understand? And you can use it, as you're doing it, you can put it all around your head, around your body. You understand? And it's something that will, your aura, it balances it, it recalibrates the aura. If it recalibrates the aura, it recalibrates your DNA. Your DNA being the Jacob's ladder, which you will need for your ascension out of here. We're living in serious days and times. Your boy, Mr. Barack Obama, I don't know what day is you're watching the DVD now, but Mr. Barack Obama, as we're shooting, has just won the election over in America there. I told you, Barack Obama represents Pluto. He's back there again, so they're using him as a catalyst, as to project certain energies. Whether he's going to go on to win this presidency, I don't know. It would not surprise me if it does. And if it does, serious things are going to happen. Trust me, because they're really going to take him out if that should be the case. I'm letting you know that now. So just before we start, I'd like to give shout outs. info@ancientfuture.org.uk. Also give a shout out to HOC, House of Consciousness, all the brothers and sisters out there doing the work. Give a big shout out to Reverend Philip Valentine. Big up, you understand? Really appreciate a man like that coming into my life. He's really had an impact, really had an effect, and showed me things of which I need to do. Bobby Hemmett, big up to yourself. Salute you, man. All you metaphysicians out there. Sarnetta, Black Dot, Azariah Bay, big up yourself. You understand? And your queen. You understand? All the Sister Nalani, Dr. Lanani, big up to yourself. All the people out there who are doing the works. You understand? We're going to be pouring libation now, giving shout outs to those who have passed. You understand? Paved the way, brought us, giving us a chance so that we may know what and who we are in the grand scheme of things. Those who paved the way for us, those who laid down those foundations, so that when we now come, we have something to walk upon, and something to work with. You understand? We're going to be calling on the Orishas and so on and so forth. So I'm going to be doing that, and like I said, this episode I'm going to be going into the minor arcana of the tarot. I'm going to be showing you certain symbols, what they mean, how they can be utilized. This is a DVD that may have to go into quite a number of series, because to kind of get through all of these cards is a lot, you understand? So to get through it on one DVD is, pretty much a no can do. But it can be done, obviously, in sections. So, don't worry, it's just for you to be able to get the gist out of it so that you can now go into it. There's going to be other ones coming. Numbers, we're going to be dealing with the numbers, breaking down the numbers and what they mean. We're going to be going into the occult movies. You understand? Breaking down all the occult movies, breaking down the music. We're going to be going into that. I'm going to be going into the pendulum, how you can use pendulum to diagnose health. You understand? And use it for other things as well, to find out certain things, different forms of divination. You understand? I told you in one of the early series about divination being divine. The word divine nation, divination. A divine nation. Who is the divine nation? You understand? It's us. We are the divine nation. It's you watching this DVD right now. You are a part of that divine nation. Okay, so get ready. We're in this day and time now. These are tools, like I said. These are just tools that will enable you to open up your faculties, they open up your intuitive mind. You understand? To get these chakras open, to get the pituitary gland, your first eye, not your third, your first eye, to be able to open that up. You understand? So you can now trigger and emit messages to the High Father, which is your pineal gland. And through that now you'll be able to make your ascension. You understand? Through the black hole, through the higher and different dimensions of the universe, of the cosmos. You understand? So something big's about to get ready to go down. I can definitely feel it. When I mean something big, from both sides. So when I'm speaking based on even on ancestors, based on the cosmological effects and what we're going to be getting, there's going to be real big events that are going to be really taking place. You understand? And it's coming very, very soon. You heard it here. You understand? Ancientfuture.org.uk. You heard it here first. Based on, there's going to be big stuff happening. And the beast is really getting ready to do. You thought 9/11 was bad. There's going to be a new lead up to it. There's going to be another 9/11 that's going to be taking place. That was one of the beginning of their rituals. And then you had the 7/7, or the 7/7/7, as a matter of fact. Now it's going to be going in to the 8. You understand? We're in 08 right about now, so it's, you know, be prepared for the 08 series. There's going to be 09, and there's definitely going to be year 2010. You understand? So all this is going to be leading up to the whole ritual.